Are you standing at a crossroads right now where you can't see the way forward? Maybe you lost your job, a relationship fell apart, you received heartbreaking news, or you simply can't sleep at night and don't even know why. If any of this sounds familiar, this video is for you. Today we're talking about life's hardest moments and what the Bible says we should do in them. This isn't a religious lecture. It's for anyone standing on the edge of breaking down, anyone who stares at the ceiling at night, wondering what happens next, who hides their tears and puts on a smile for the world the next morning. If you're going through any of this, remember, a book thousands of years old still carries as much weight today as it did back then. Every person carries a pain they never speak of. The kind of pain that surfaces when you're alone at night, when everyone else is asleep and your mind won't stop asking questions. Why me? Will I ever get past this? The Bible says in Psalm 34:18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." This verse reminds us that your pain isn't unique to you and that you're not alone in carrying it. God being near doesn't mean the pain disappears instantly. It means He stands with you inside that pain. Many people believe hiding their pain is a sign of strength. But the greatest strength is actually admitting your weakness, first to yourself, then to God. As long as we suppress our pain, it comes out some other way, as anger, as silence, or as physical illness. Prayer is actually the place where we can speak our truth without any pretense. This doesn't mean pain disappears the moment you pray about it, but there's a difference between carrying pain alone and carrying it with someone who already knows every detail of it. When David wrote in the Psalms about his darkest moments, he wasn't performing for an audience. He was simply being honest about what he felt, trusting that honesty itself was welcome. Here's something interesting. Whatever problem you're facing today, people faced something like it thousands of years ago. Job lost everything, his wealth, his health, his children. David had to hide in caves just to survive. Joseph was sold by his own brothers. And in every one of these stories, there's one thing in common. They didn't hide their struggle. They spoke to God directly about it. Psalm 55:22 says, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and He will sustain you." This is a practice, not just a saying. It means bringing your worry into prayer instead of letting it circle endlessly in your mind. Think about Joseph's whole story. His own brothers enslaved him and sold him. He spent years in prison on false charges, and yet, year after year, he became second in command of Egypt and saved millions from famine. When his brothers finally stood before him, he said, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." That's the hope the Bible tucks inside every hard story, that your pain today is part of tomorrow's story, not the final chapter. What makes Joseph's story so powerful is that he couldn't see any of this coming while he was living it. Sitting in prison, he had no idea his suffering was preparation for something larger. That's often how life works. The meaning of a hard season only becomes clear looking backward, not while you're inside it. Let's look at a few common problems nearly everyone faces at some point in life and what the Bible offers as guidance for each. The first is anxiety and worry. Matthew 6:34 says, "Do not worry about tomorrow." It teaches us to focus on today, because carrying tomorrow's weight today is a burden we don't need to bear. The second is loneliness. In Hebrews 13:5, God says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Even when no one is near, that assurance can strengthen you from within. The third is anger and resentment. Ephesians 4:26 says, "Be angry and do not sin." This teaches us that feeling anger is human, but controlling it is wisdom. The fourth is financial trouble. Philippians 4:19 says God will supply every need according to His riches. It's a call to trust, not a license to stop working hard. The fifth is broken relationships. Colossians 3:13 says to forgive one another as God forgave us. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's strength. The sixth is a lack of purpose. Jeremiah 29:11 has God saying, "The plans I have for you are for welfare and not for evil." Your life isn't wasted, even if the path feels unclear right now. The seventh is fear of death or loss. Psalm 23 teaches, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. What ties all 7 of these together is a single underlying principle. Don't carry any of it alone. Whether it's worry, anger, loneliness, or grief, the Bible's consistent answer is to bring it to God rather than bottle it up. That single shift, from carrying alone to carrying together, is often the difference between a problem that crushes you and one that shapes you. If your hope is fading right now, remember, every great story in the Bible begins with hardship. Noah built an ark for 120 years without knowing when the rain would come. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before he ever led his people to freedom. Every wait, every act of patience carries a purpose we can't always see in the moment. Romans 8:28 says, "For those who love God, all things work together for good." That doesn't mean everything is good. It means God can use even the worst situation for some greater purpose. Elijah the prophet once sat under a tree in the wilderness and asked God to let him die, convinced his work had failed completely. But that low point wasn't the end of his story. It was followed by one of the most important encounters of his life, where God spoke to him not in a storm or an earthquake, but in a still, small voice. Sometimes the lowest point isn't a dead end. It's a turning point we can't yet recognize. Everyone's struggle looks different. For some, it's health. For others, it's career. For others, a broken family relationship. But the Bible's principle applies to all of them. Don't trust your own strength. Seek God's wisdom instead. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." This verse teaches us to let go of control, perhaps the hardest thing a human being can do. Many times people misunderstand us, our pain, our silence, our struggle. No one seems to know. But the Bible tells us God is the one who knows us best, even before we were born. Psalm 139:1-4 says, "O Lord, you have searched me and known me. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether." This isn't just a religious line. It's proof that you're never in complete isolation, even when people abandon you. If there's only one verse to remember today, let it be this. Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." This isn't a magic wand, but it is a shift in perspective. You're not telling yourself, "I'll solve this alone." You're saying, "I'll face this with a strength greater than my own." In every season of life, loss or thanksgiving, battle or peace, the Bible has an answer, because it isn't just a book. It's a collection of real stories from thousands of people who went through exactly what you're going through today. If you're walking through a hard season right now, remember this. Your story isn't over. Just as every Bible story has a new chapter after hardship, a new chapter is coming for you too. If this video touched your heart, tell us in the comments which verse hit home the most. And if you'd like more videos like this that answer life's toughest questions, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss one. May God give you courage, peace, and light every step of this journey. And see you in the next video.